All right, here we are, the 2022 Frog Togs Elite Redfish Tournament Series presented by Tidewater Boats Yamaha Outboards. This week is the Frog Togs finale presented by the Louisiana North Shore. And we're ready to start weighing some fish. It's going to go pretty quick this afternoon, and we're going to start off with Stingery Restaurant and Marina team of Tony Viator and Joe Petty. They weighed in 14.80 yesterday. They need 1.80 pounds today. And Tony, if you don't take the lead, need 1.8 and having two fish, you owe me $5,000. Welcome to the stage, young man. Joe, welcome back. Great to see you. Let's put them on the board and see what you got. Got them rolled up. Two fish, two alive. Read your scales and get you locked in at 1282. Your new leader, 1282 with 2762 over the 2 days. Dropping the fish. There we go. Put your hands together and show some love, y'all. Well, now, tale of 2 different days here. Yesterday, you couldn't hardly fish more than an hour. Lightning, high winds, gust up to 40 miles an hour. Today, for us at least here, dead calm, bright sunshine. Which one would you rather have?
I'd have rather had yesterday over. I mean, we had lots and lots of fish yesterday, fish that were eating. We got back today, our water had gotten muddy, and a lot of the fish that we found were not really aggressive, wouldn't want to eat. We managed to catch, we put 3 in the box, and that was it.
The whole day?
The whole day. Now, we didn't fish clean either. We boogered it up on 3 fish. We had a solid 9-pound fish that broke off on the trolling motor. We had 2 other fish that were 8-pound fish that we lost. So.
Wow, so execution could really come back to bite you today with not a whole lot of spots. Good money, but not a whole lot of spots being paid. Every ounce counts, of course. You want to get every fish in the boat. It doesn't always work that way, does it, Mr. Joe?
No, it doesn't. That's why they call it fishing, not catching. So.
And what was the biggest deal today for you? Again, yesterday, I could be wrong, but usually before a big storm like that, they'll chomp a little bit. Did they kind of shut down today with a little more sunshine out there, or just harder to see them because the water got so dirty from the rain?
We just couldn't see them today. The ones we saw, we could get them to eat. We just didn't see that many.
Well, I know you got the redhead and you got some sponsors. I think maybe it's not redhead. I might be getting in trouble, but let's say hello and thank some sponsors, Tony.
I want to thank all my sponsors: Stingray Marina, North Jorgensen Marine, Sargent Cars Custom Rods, Pipkin Ranch, Triple H Real Estate. I do this because they allow me to do this. I want to thank you for putting this on. I really do. I mean, it's nice to come over here and enjoy all this. And a lot of people don't understand, who've never done a tournament or tried to put one on, how involved this is. And I really appreciate what you do, Pat.
Oh, man, thank you so much. And Joe, same thing. You got somebody watching at home or anything you want to say hi to?
My wife and little boy Chase.
All right, buddy. We hope we see you again, Joe. Regular on our stage previously, and I know you got one more. And we're so glad to see Joe back out here. Thanks for bringing him, for sure.
Thank you, baby. She knows who she is.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of our great sponsors. This is the final event on the Team Open Tour. We have 2 more solo tour events coming up. We make the move to Texas. We will be in Port Arthur in July, and then Kemah in August. Good Lord, well, come on up here. What a great effort. Bo Favre and Mark Robinson had 1660 yesterday. Would have had about 1825 or 30 today. Put them on there. Let's get them weighed. 1 fish, 1 alive, and 1 just a little bit too big. 802. Will you get him out, Liz? Fantastic. He's a big one. But you said, you know what, it's going to be close.
Oh, yeah. We made a decision. Mark, I might have talked him into it. I hope I didn't, but I kind of thought we made it together. Bring back a 7-pounder. But see that 3rd place trophy? We got enough of those. I said, I don't want another one of them. We're going for the win. It's either going to work or it's not, and it didn't. Oh, well. And
y'all said that this morning, too, when we were talking to you. You said, hey, we got enough seconds and thirds. We're going for the win.
Yeah, we had we swung for the fence, but, being conservative, we probably should have kept the 7-pounder. But, with the conditions, we figured everybody would have, 16 pounds or 17-ish, but we went for it. Just it didn't work out. That long boat ride, sometimes they relax. That's probably what happened there. Relaxed and just went over.
Well, and I'll tell you what happens, too, is that nobody's even hit, with 28-inch, nobody's hit a 9-pounder yet. So you're thinking today's the day. somebody's going to be hammering a 9-pounder. This 7-pounder is going to be 2 pounds behind. And
we don't know. And like when we made that decision, we know Gary. We was tied with Gary and them for first, and Gary and them couldn't go back to their fish because they broke down, and we found out. I was like, oh my God, we need that 7-pounder back.
Now, I'm not going to say anything, but this morning I have a video out right now. It's already on the online. This morning, Mark Robinson is talking to Gary Marino, wishing him all kinds of luck and everything. Mark says this. He says, Gary, are you on him? You going to get him again today? And Gary said, yes, sir, I believe I am. Mark said, well, I hope you break down. I'm just saying, I've got it on video. You can look at Elite Redfish Series. Mark?
It's bad karma for me right there.
No. Here's what Mark said, though, because he's a professional. He wants to beat you when you're at your best. Mark said, I hope you break down. And then he got a little bit quieter, but as he turned, I heard him say, I'll come get you after the weigh-in. He was offering to come get you. That's what I heard.
Yeah, Angie and kids and some of my friends from old Blue Meadow.
Oh, I seen it.
Yeah, and the sponsors, man, that Mama boat did great. I mean, we hauled butt across some pretty choppy water yesterday. It's calm out there right now, but does great in the chop. Does good getting up shallow. Fish is great. I love the boat. I'm pretty sure everybody else here loves it. Everybody's asking about it. Yeah. And, Sport Trail Trailers, Abu Garcia, Boathouse, Favre Steel, Berkeley. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, man, we appreciate Boathouse, too, because with the price of gas right now, this trailer's been sitting for 3 weeks right over there in Bay St. Louis. Probably saved us $1,000. Mark, you have great sponsors, too. Of course, your family's joined you. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. I want to thank my family for coming. I know it's a long drive for them to come to watch me bomb it like that. But, yeah, I want to thank Waterloo Rods, Coastline Trailers, Simmons, Mercury, Power Pole, especially Frog Togs, because yesterday was horrible weather, and we all needed our Frog Togs yesterday, and loose reels.
Well, and I'll let you in on a little secret. You said you hate they came all that way to watch you bomb. They don't come all that way to watch you do good or not do good. They come all that way just to be with Daddy. And, man, I tell you what, having great support at home, it can't be anything more important. I know you appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, we're going to have a good time. We got tomorrow, all day tomorrow, to hang out with the family, so it'll be well worth it.
All right, brother. Well, we appreciate you so much. Mark, Bo, thank you. Class acts, thank you so much, guys. With Spotted Addiction, the team of Gary Marino and Stephen Fleming. Come on up, guys. Let's get on the stage and put some fish on the scale. You need 1660 to take the lead. Not really. You need 1102. You had 1660 yesterday. I just seen if you was paying attention. Let's put them on the board. 2 fish, 2 alive. You need 1102. I don't think that's going to be an issue with 2 Louisiana redfish. 1604, 3254 over the 2 days. You new leaders, great job, guys. Wow, 3204. Big old Louisiana redfish. The limits down here are 16 to 27 inches by law, but you're allowed to have 1 over. And because you could have 1 over and there's 2 guys in a boat, they were allowed to have a fish each up to 28 inches. And we really thought we'd be popping some 9-pounders, but it doesn't look like it. I want to get you out in that sun so you can feel what I'm feeling. I feel your pain. Fantastic. I think we're good now. All right. Took the lead. I know you guys like to look in everybody else's boxes. You see anything back there that's going to give you a hard time or make you nervous for today?
I hadn't even looked. We had a rough day, so we just kind of glad to have what we have. At 6:30 this morning, we are like dead in the water, so we didn't go to where we had planned to go. We just had to start fishing where we was at and got lucky and was able to put 2 in the boat.
Well, and at 16 pounds, again, that's 2 good fish. We're not seeing the big ones we really thought we would, but had we had a little bit less dramatic weather yesterday with still that pressure from the front, I believe we'd have seen some of these great big old Louisiana redfish.
Yes, sir. As Steve said, the Lord dealt us the hand that we had. We didn't get a chance to make it back to where we were going to go fish yesterday, where we had some really big fish. We fished where we could. We got what we have. And, thank the Lord that we did, because when we were sitting in the middle of the bay thinking, okay, how are we going to get back to the boat ramp, to coming in with 2 fish at 16, thank God. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, and I know Baytown's watching. You want to say hello, thank your sponsor, say hello to family?
Yes, sir. I want to say hi to my wife and my kids that I'm sure that are watching. El Pescador Boats, Finn's Braid, Crisscross Creation, Republic Testing, Everybody else that's stood by me this year, especially my partner Steve, for carrying me all year and wanting to fish with me. It's been a great season, and I'm looking forward to next year.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We got a few changes for next year. I think the guys are going to like it. Steve, I know you got the same thing. You got some great sponsors. You kind of been, he says that, I don't say it. You've been kind of the lead on this team. But then your partner walks out there and wins his first solo event this year. You got to be proud of that.
Yeah, he's doing awesome. I'm just happy to fish with him. He's a great guy. He's an excellent fisherman, and I'm just happy to team up with him. So I say hi to my wife out there, and thank you for supporting me with all this. And Waterloo Rods, Lou's Reels, JH, Mercury Marine. So enjoyed it. Thanks to Frog Togs, and thanks to you.
Brother, thank you so much, Steve. We appreciate you. Thank you, Gary. Look forward to seeing you on the highway as we head back to Texas. One more time, Gary Marino and Stephen Fleming. All right, coming up next, the father-son team. They're going to have 2 fish. If they're both measuring. Uh-oh. Cohen made the right call. Fantastic. Fantastic. 2 fish, 2 alive. They need they need $16.99 coming off of $15.65 yesterday. Put your hands together if you would, please. Brent and Cohen Gross. Yep. What's up, brother? They won't even fit in there? Golly, man. Well, get a hammer. Let's do something. Now, y'all in the big red side pot, too, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, they need $16.99 on 2 live Louisiana redfish. 2 fish, 2 alive, $18.02. There's your new leaders. Put your hands together with $33.67. All right, the Brecknell Big Red is going to pay $4,000 today, plus a beautiful trophy for the single biggest fish. That's the one you're going to put on the scale? Okay, right now, Farvin Robinson has an 870. An 870. Well, we've been asking, and it finally happened. Here we go. 902, your Big Red. There you go, guys. Wow, good job. There we go. Get out there. Y'all put your hands together for your new leaders. Woo, 1802, anchored by a 902. About, son. Wow, that is amazing stuff. So what I want to know is when you were catching them, Cohen, what were you doing that you think made you so successful?
I don't know. I mean, we were just blind casting the whole time. It was way too muddy to see the fish. I'm just happy I outfished my dad. So.
I'm telling you what, there's somebody else that fished with us a couple of years ago. It was at Boomtown, and it was a father-son, and that was all the son talked about when we were doing the interview was, I just want to beat my dad, if I can just beat my dad.
He did great. He caught the first. He outfished me probably 2-1, and started us off. We had a slow morning. Didn't catch a fish for the first hour, and then he hooked a nice one, and that kind of broke the ice. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's still competition, and he's trying his best to be super happy for you right now. But beating your dad, that's probably one of the happiest points he can come to. I'll never forget when my daughter threw like a 221 in bowling and beat me by 10 pins, and she was like so happy for that. Talk about what you were doing on the water. You said you had to blind cast a lot, so you're in an area that's got good fish. And when you have to blind cast, are you throwing a popping cork and all that, or are you just throwing spinner baits or something that'll make some noise in the water?
I was throwing a spoon, and every time we would come onto a school, I would just blind cast all around until we hook one. Every time we would see a wake, we couldn't catch the fish, so they wouldn't even bite. So we just had to blind cast the whole time.
So maybe in a weird way it turned out good that your water got muddied up and you kind of had to go with a different game plan, and looks like it turned out pretty good, the first 9-pounder of the weekend.
Well, we started yesterday, fished an hour at the spot we were going to start in, and then the rain came up and had to leave, so went to a completely different area and just started fishing, caught a few fish there yesterday, decided to start there today and never left. So rain kind of helped us yesterday, I guess.
And I know there's people here, of course, but do you have any family or anybody watching? You have a sponsor or favorite product you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, Blazer Boats, Power Poles, and, of course, my wife, Sherry.
Yeah. That's awesome stuff. And you?
Oh, I got my grandma, grandpa here, and some of our friends, Mr. Scott and Shelly.
That's awesome stuff. Cohen, great job. We appreciate you, Brent. Thanks for bringing him along with you. We'll see you in a few minutes when we get to the awards presentation, I am sure. This next team needs 1957 to take the lead. That's a pretty big mountain to climb. If they cannot do it and don't have one over 9, it's going to be a clean sweep for Gross and Gross. And that's going to be a pretty good payday. You're looking at $9,000 right now if their weights hold up and didn't have to beat but just a few teams to do it. But they did it with quality fish, and you can't argue with their weights. It wouldn't matter how many was in this thing. They were going to finish out good. Let's go. You got 2 of them, 2 alive. There we go. You got 20 pounds? All right, let's put them on there. Let's get you locked in, and then we'll move forward. Here we go. Need 19. Had 14.10 yesterday. Get your weight in at 16.62, so better off just 2.95 behind the leaders. And their big red is going to be 8.54. 8.54, we'll get them up and get a picture now. Y'all can put your hands together for them. And, of course, family, you're welcome to come as close as you want to. You don't have to stay back behind the barriers or anything. Come in and get your pictures, and we'll do a lot of that a little bit later as well. Well, y'all both look a lot younger. Got some good food going in them now and making a big difference in your lifestyle and your eating and everything. It's got to feel better out there in the middle of the day.
Definitely. We've been working hard trying to get where we are today, and it's paid off. I mean, our getting out there on the water, being able to catch them like we did. Yesterday was definitely a frog tog day, but today the sun came out and we were able to see them. We just couldn't get some of them to eat. The really big ones were turning away a lot, so we came in with what we came in with.
Man, it's got to be crazy when you got a pattern, and it ain't the last thing you guys think about, but all of a sudden weather is going to dictate whether you can even cast to your fish, much less try to get them to bite. You worry about lure color, presentation, cast past them, don't hit them on it, and all of a sudden the weather's just like, no, you don't even get to go to those fish. What do you do when it's like that, Barney? I know you know a lot of good spots, and you're an experienced angler, but does it kind of get you off your game too?
Well, it does, and that's part of it. You have to adjust, and we just didn't have time to adjust as much as we needed to. We only got to fish about an hour and a half yesterday, and it just didn't have the window to do it. We were real surprised that others did. We thought we'd be sitting pretty good with what we had, but, hey, that's fishing.
That's part of it for sure. Now, I know you got your family here, and a big wad of your family that's here, but I know there's still people watching online, and, of course, sponsors you want to thank.
Absolutely. I do thank all our family for showing up today. It's great to have y'all out here. And, of course, all our sponsors, Blazer Bay. Can't say enough about them, what we did to that thing yesterday for 2 days, especially yesterday. But Mercury Outboards, same thing. We, beat the snot out of it and ran it like a scalded dog. But everything held up real well. Optimum batteries, couldn't do it without them, of course. And Anchor Management, every time I tear something up, they Band-Aid it back together. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's wiring or GPS, stereos, they Band-Aid it all back up.
After our solo tour in Bay St. Louis, what was it they posted? They said, bring the boat by after your trip to Lake, what was it called?
Airborne.
Lake Airborne, and we'll get everything put back together.
And they did. They I actually broke a seat bracket on the last day, and they just as soon as I got it over, they welded up for me and had it ready to go this week.
Well, we'll have a lot more to say about you and to you in a little bit, but Dwayne, I know you've probably got someone watching and sponsors as well.
I definitely like my family being here and Barney's family being here also. They've been supporting us this whole year, and we couldn't do it without them. Definitely, it helps big time. I definitely like to thank Blazer Bay. We would not have been able to do what we did if we wouldn't have had that Blazer.
All right, brother. Well, great job. Like I said, we've got some awards to take care of. We'll see you back up here in just a little bit. Put your hands together for them one more time. Team Blazer Bay Boats, Barney White and Dwayne Mills. All right, as you can see, we've got it tabulated up here. And Mark and Bo were so tired of third-place trophies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This week, we decided to help you out a little bit, dropped you down. In 5th place, y'all put your hands together for them. Come on up, fellas. We appreciate you guys so much. Team Frog Togs and Mamba Boats. See, these guys fish the solo tour individually, and then they get together out here, and they kind of got to combine sponsors and do different things. Fantastic. I'm good. Thank you so much. Okay, and then in fourth place, y'all put your hands together for Stingery Restaurant and Marina, Mr. Tony Viator and Joe Petty. They're next. Come on up, guys. All right. Make sure everybody gets the pictures they want. And then we're going third place. This is going to be Mr. Barney White and Dwayne Mills. Come on up. All right, Toady, if you would help me out here, I can do it right here. Ladies and gentlemen, they have fished all year long, and today's finish has also cemented Barney and Dwayne as your 2022 Team of the Year on the Elite Redfish Series. This is the Tidewater Boats Team of the Year right here, Mr. Barney. Beautiful trophies. Y'all put your hands together.
I said, that's the one we've been after.
Yeah, that's consistency right there, buddy. Turn around. Let's get a couple pictures, and I'll tell you what all that gets you. Johnny, tell them what it won. Well, Pat, they won a great trip down to Port Aransas, Texas. They will be representing the Elite Redfish Tournament Series in the Bassmaster Redfish Cup Championship, $100,000 no entry fee purse. If you didn't get to see it last year, the whole event is live. Every single cast, every single fish, it's live, and it's done by the fine folks that produced the ESPN Redfish Cup years ago, and they are great at what they do. The best coverage you'll ever see. It's a 3-day event. Team of the Year on the Elite Redfish Tournament Series. And consistency. You know where I believe they won this award? And I haven't done the points, so I don't know if they had to have it. But I believe it's when they came to Jacksonville, Florida, traveled over there, and received the points from that trip. And I believe that's what put them over the top. Here we go. In second place, we got $2,000 for you, my good brothers, Mr. Gary Marino and Stephen Fleming. That's going to get you a half a lower unit. Come on now, put your hands together. And the fact they busted 2 lower units, they still got a lot more money to raise. At this time, we'd like to bring up our champions, Mr. Brent and Cohen Gross. I've got real checks in the total of $9,000. Unfortunately, Cohen can't have any because he's still an amateur, and Dad gets all of that. So it's going into a college fund, like light bills and stuff like that. That's our college fund. Fantastic. They'll get you your hardware. We'll get out front and get some pictures. And then, guys, don't forget, we'd like to close out with everybody on stage, get some good shots of everyone. All right. We'll get ready. Put your hands together. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to slip out here like this and just put one of these, the Brecknell Big Red Challenge trophy in front of you. And then, Tammy, if you'll hand me that one. And we're going to put it in front of here. And then we're going to start letting the pictures snap. And then we've also got 2 oversized checks back here for that. But for now, that looks gaudy enough. $9,000 and a ton of hardware. Put your hands together, if you would, please, for your champions of the 2022 Frog Talks finale presented by Louisiana North Shore. Thank you so much. This is your Brecknell Big Red Challenge, $4,000. Fantastic job for the first 9-pounder of the week. Y'all put your hands together for them one more time. Great job, fellas. Well, we are still rolling, so I wanted to take this opportunity to thank everybody watching on our fan page. Thank you so much for tuning in all season to the Team Open Tour. And again, you'll be able to follow us July 15th and 16th. The solo tour will hit the waters of Port Arthur. And then August 19th and 20th will be in Kemah with a solo tour. But that's it for the team tour this year. Thank you so much for tuning in and keeping us straight and keeping us going. We really appreciate it. My name is Pat Malone. It's been great being with you, and we look forward to seeing everybody again in July when we hit the waters of Southeast Texas in search of 3 Texas-sized redfish. Have a great afternoon, and thank you again for tuning in.